The 2000s was a wild time to be alive. From surviving Y2K to being blessed with the greatest movie of all time, it was a decade that changed the world, where MySpace was the most popular social media site, and getting picked up by a creepy clown person was not only smiled upon, but actively encouraged. From 2000 to 2009, we witnessed a wide variety of groundbreaking games. But which were the best, and why was that? We'll be talking about the top-rated games on Metacritic from each of those years, a little bit about the game, and whether we agree or disagree with its place on the list.
This is bullshit.
Let me know what you think of this video and some of the games in the comments section below. Drop a like on the video to let me know you liked it, and subscribe for more content. So strap into your time machine, grab your iPod and Motorola Razr, and let's get into this. The year is 2000. We barely survived Y2K. The N64 is nearing the end of its life cycle. PlayStation 2 has been released, and we have been blessed with a large number of great games. But which game was the highest rated? Well, according to Metacritic, that game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Look at what we're launching. Now for N64 and Game Boy Advance. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. We're talking lots of new tricks and hundreds of insane new combos. There's even more courses, a park designer, and a dream team of skaters to choose from. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for N64 and Game Boy Advance. Rated E for everyone.
The Tony Hawk Pro Skater franchise is one of the most revered in gaming history. It's hard to picture a skateboarding game being one of the greatest games of all time, but these games were truly up there. The controls were fluid, which allowed you to easily pull off multiple tricks around the map and have a ton of fun while doing it. The customization in this game was also insane at the time. The Create Skater mode allowed you to create a large range of characters that was only limited by your imagination. Almost every surface could be skated on, and the engine the game ran on made you feel as if you were actually skating. Not only did the game have an immersive world to play in, but you could create your own levels, which only increased its endless replayability. I know I personally spent hours making levels and playing them, and it was super satisfying. This game is definitely worth the #1 spot on Metacritic for 2000, and it's actually the #2 ranked game overall for all games on Metacritic, which says a whole lot. 2001. Another great year for video games. Honestly, it surprises me with how many classic games were released each of these years. Just a few from this year include Conker's Bad Fur Day, GTA 3, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Halo Combat Evolved, Devil May Cry, and many more. And there's actually 3 games tied for the top score on Metacritic. So what are these 3 games? Well, the first one is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Has Tony Hawk gone insane? Tricking off a fire truck, a cop car, and freeway traffic? It's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, with 8 massive living levels that let you trick off of everything. Choose from 13 skaters, create a skater, a skate park, even play online.
What's Tony Hawk doing on the freeway?
Frontside nose grind.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, rated E to T.
Now, if you think about it, it's almost incomprehensible to think about a sequel to a massively successful game being released only 1 year later, but this is exactly what happened with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. We just talked about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, so I'm not going to get into this one too much, but this game was equally as good as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, if not a little better. Now, the second game tied for first, drumroll please, GTA 3.
I think my partner's a rat. We gotta shut him up. They want a war? They got a war.
Grand Theft Auto 3. Out now on PlayStation 2 and coming soon to PC. Rated M for mature.
This game was revolutionary. It's the baby brother of the massive behemoth that became GTA 5 and made use of the PS2's brand new technology to add a huge map with an entertaining and ever-changing world. If you ever wanted to be that small-time criminal doing whatever you wanted, this was the game for you. With a big open world, endless side missions, and memorable characters, GTA 3 was well deserving of its top spot from 2001. That is, until this game. You guessed it, Simpsons Wrestling.
I'm gonna kill Diddly Ilya.
This game was known for its incredible catchphrases, exemplary graphics, and stellar control.
Hidey ho! Hidey ho! Hidey ho! Hidey ho!
Just kidding. It is, of course, Halo Combat Evolved.
Citizens of the world, we are in deep doo-doo. Aliens. There's a lot of them, and they're meanies. As peace-loving humans, we must take up arms. And by arms, I mean guns. United, we will form a giant can opener. And we will open a giant can of whoop-ass.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Halo Combat Evolved's development started in 1997 and was originally supposed to be a real-time strategy game until Microsoft bought Bungie, and it became the game we all know and love. Halo's graphics, gameplay, and innovation were second to none. Other games competing at the time were known as Halo killers, but none ever truly succeeded Halo. Often accredited with modernizing the FPS genre, Halo had implemented a number of innovative changes to the FPS genre, notably recharging health, throwing grenades without switching weapons, the two-weapon system, and many more. In addition to all these departures from the norm, Halo had a captivating story.
What is that thing, Lieutenant?
Hell if I know, but we're landing on it.
All-time great soundtrack, and stellar gameplay, which all combined to create an all-time great game and a top-notch franchise. The game is endlessly replayable, and I find myself going back to it even 20 years later. 2002. Another great year for games. Maybe not as great as 2000 or 2001, but still a great lineup. We got Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. We have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, surprise, surprise. We have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Super Mario Sunshine, and the top-rated game, Metroid Prime, baby, yes.
The cold silence of space only punctuates the feeling of death that emanates from this virtually lifeless planet. Only one thing is alive and well here. Evil. And it must be destroyed, decimated, exterminated. But first, it must be found.
Yes, you all waited for it. You knew it was coming. But let's talk about it, huh? Well, yes. Yes, it is deserving of this spot. Why? Is the question you might be asking. Well, game was gorgeous. It innovated on its 2D predecessors while still being true to its past, with a variety of 2D minigames and puzzles. Metroid Prime also was able to go beyond 60 frames per second while maintaining particle effects, crisp textures, and beautifully detailed worlds. Metroid's gameplay was polished, refined, and represented what the game was about in Super Metroid. Progression was also deeply satisfying, as you often came upon areas that were inaccessible before, but you could now access with new suit upgrades. And it was rewarding once you were able to go back and explore them. Metroid Prime is an instant classic, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it yet. Bam! 2003. Top game was The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. This is number 1 on Metacritic for 2003, and for good reason. To start off with, it looked completely different from its predecessor, Ocarina of Time. But in terms of design and play mechanics, they're very closely tied together. However, I'd never actually played The Wind Waker.
Boo! You suck!
I know. But this is also a great game that I will say should have taken its place on number 1. And what game is that? Well, that game is Knights of the Old Republic.
There is good, and there is evil. We all have within us the capacity for both. But in the end, a final question remains. Which side are you on? In an epic struggle between light and dark, choose your path. and seal the fate of the galaxy. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, rated T for teens.
If you watch my brother on YouTube, you know this is one of his favorite games, and it's mine as well. I have actually kind of a funny story about Knights of the Old Republic. When it first came out, I was going on a road trip with my buddy, and his parents rigged up a Xbox and a screen in their little minivan, and we played Knights of the Old Republic all the way from Seattle to California, and it was amazing. It was a great game. And luckily for me, my buddy didn't actually enjoy the game so much, so I got to play it that much more, and wow, that was just, yeah, incredible. But what makes it such a great game? Well, the story was great.
Karth, you fought in the Mandalorian Wars, didn't you? We may have faced each other in combat. What battles were you in?
I try not to think about my past battles too much. The horrors of war are something I'd rather not relive.
The horrors of war? My people know only the glory of battle. I'm disappointed in you, Karth. I thought a warrior like you would understand.
I'm not a warrior, I'm a soldier. There's a difference. Warriors attack and conquer. They prey on the weak. Soldiers defend and protect the innocent. Mostly from warriors.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. But I accept who and what I am. I don't have to justify it with words. Victory in battle is my justification.
Justification through victory. So what happens when you lose? You know, like you did against us.
You had us outnumbered 5-1. You had more ships, more troops, more supplies, and the Jedi on your side. And we still made the Republic tremble before we fell.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. I don't want to talk about this anymore, Canderous. The war is over. You lost.
The characters were memorable.
Answer. There are a lot of politicians on Coruscant, Master. I could spend decades slaughtering them and still not make a dent. And it is not as if I walked into the Senate chambers with a carbonite explosive. I was very discreet. My best work to date that I can remember. Caution, shh, Master. Such a function in a droid is highly illegal. Statement. I have no idea, Master. Cheating seems to be a relevant term only when one is caught in the act. Otherwise, it is viewed as intelligence. No?
There was a multitude of different paths you could take to finish the game, resulting in different playthroughs each and every time you played it. You could do various different side quests, some benefiting you, some benefiting others, and that would sway which side of the Force that you would lean towards, and the type of Force abilities that you could use. This was easily one of the best Star Wars games to ever come out, and is an all-time great game, which deserves to have a true third game in the series. 2004! I feel like I say this almost every single year that we've been through so far, but goddamn was this another great year for video games. We got GTA San Andreas, Burnout 3 Takedown, Unreal Tournament 2004, World of Warcraft, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, we got Counter-Strike Source, Halo 2, and of course the top-rated Metacritic game of that year,
Welcome to City 17. Gordon Freeman. Let me get a look at you, man.
Oh, I thought you were a cop.
You have chosen or been chosen?
This game was so incredibly well done. It's not really fair. This game is the reason for all the Half-Life 3 memes that have permeated the internet for over 15 years, and why people still speculate to this day whether it will have a sequel. So why was Half-Life 2 so revered? The graphics were incredible, almost all of the cutscenes were scripted sequences, and in these scenes, the characters sprang to life with excellent voice acting and lip syncing, which made you feel like you were the Quiet Man himself.
The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
In addition, the AI was top-notch. It made each battle satisfying and fun. And with the variety of different weapons, there was multiple ways to kill the enemies, as well as solving brain-teasing puzzles. I could talk about this game all day for how good it was, and still is, but for the sake of time, we'll be moving on. 2005. 2005 had a number of great games to come out. While not as many as 2004, there were a number of notable games including Guitar Hero, Forza Motorsport, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, and many more. But the very top game was Resident Evil 4.
Forget everything you think you know about Resident Evil.
I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
My father? Oh my god! What's going on?
Don't worry, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
Vayan por detrás. Evil has evolved. Resident Evil 4 for Nintendo GameCube. Rated M for mature. Only from Capcom.
Resident Evil 4 was universally acclaimed, and its mix of gameplay, characters, and story have led it to being touted as one of the best video games ever made. This game redefined the third-person shooter genre by introducing offset camera angles that didn't obscure the action, which has led it to become a standard in the genre, with games like Dead Space, GTA, Fallout, Uncharted, Mass Effect, all pulling from Resident Evil 4's initial gameplay. There's a lot to say about what Resident Evil 4 did for the genre. 2006. Another year, another batch of great games. Probably tired of me saying that, but I mean, it's true. Leading the list is Gears of War, Guitar Hero 2, Burnout Revenge, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas, and the top game being The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This game is over 14 years old and still looks fantastic for its time. Ocarina of Time is widely regarded as the greatest video game of all time, and this game was essentially the same for a generation of new gamers. It came out for both the Wii and the GameCube, and isn't really talked about as much as it should be these days, but it's a great one. 2007. Guess what? Another great year for games. We have some chart toppers right off the bat. I'm gonna tell you, we got BioShock, we got the Orange Box, we got Halo 3, we got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Rock Band, and many more. If you were to ask me what the greatest game of 2007 was, I would tell you it was Halo 3. The campaign, the multiplayer, and the story all came together to reaffirm Halo's status at the top of the gaming industry. However, a new challenger approaches. And since we already gave the Halo franchise 2001, we will have to go with another franchise which will be familiar to you, Super Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy. Only on Wii.
It had been over 10 years since the release of Mario 64, and Mario fans were hungry. Yes, we got Super Mario Sunshine, but as great of a game as it was, it didn't tickle us the same as Mario 64 did. Mario Galaxy was essentially Mario 64, but in space. Unlike Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy added new places to visit, in addition to adding some of the previous familiar areas. Galaxy also showed off what the Wii was really capable of, with changing landscapes, particle explosions, and lighting effects. And this was just in the intro. An all-time great game, certainly worthy of 2007's #1 spot. 2008, Little Big Planet, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Fallout 3, Rock Band 2, Left 4 Dead. I mean, what else could you ask for? How about Acro actually making a good video? fuck was that? Anyway, there is a great game that is missing from that list. What could it be? Well, it was Metacritic's #1 rated game, GTA 4.
Nico, my cousin! I can't believe it, you're here! Welcome to America!
What motivates you?
I don't care if I live or die. I'm looking for someone.
Don't do anything stupid, cousin! Man, I'm ready for you, Nicky. I'm ready! I don't want to die, man, not like this!
How would you like to die?
We need to go bust somebody, man!
I'm the one who survived.
Grand Theft Auto 4, rated M for mature.
This game was incredible. Story, mechanics, gameplay, it really had it all. In the past GTA games, you played characters who tried to be badasses for badassness' sake. But with GTA 4, it was different. Nico had a code, and he followed it, which led to a number of different in-game choices you could make that had a real impact on the story. The world was huge, but still incredibly detailed, and had a large amount of things to do within it, in addition to having hilarious characters.
Nico, you wanna go on a date? Come on! What's wrong with you?
Okay, who is she?
That's the thing, it's a guy.
Fuck you.
So, I'm just doing your profile.
All right, let me see. I am a vulnerable guy who needs to be held by big, strong arms?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me!
GTA 4 also had arguably the best theme of all the GTAs. GTA 4 also had incredible voice acting and an almost unbelievable amount of sharply written dialogue that encapsulated the thrilling story of GTA 4.
You never tell me anything.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I never tell you anything. Another time.
Ooh, mystery man, strange and exotic sailor. What happened? Did your captain make you pregnant?
Screw you! No, it's nothing like that. The ships were fine. It was before that. Two things. You remember, during the war, we did some bad things. And bad things happened to us. War is where the young and stupid are tricked by the old and bitter into killing each other. I was very young and very angry. Maybe that is no excuse. Roman? Roman! Are you sleeping, you fat fuck? Come on!
Great game, totally deserving of the top spot in 2008. 2009! What a good year, but not for video games apparently. There was a lot of good titles that came out this year, but compared to years like 2007 or 2004, it's hard to say this was one of the better years. Although the top two games of this year were top-notch. Some of the competition was Street Fighter 4, Batman Arkham Asylum, Assassin's Creed 2, Killzone 2, Dragon Age Origins, and many more. The two that stand alone at the top are, drumroll please, Uncharted 2 and Modern Warfare 2. I'm gonna tell you, Modern Warfare 2 was a cultural phenomenon. Everybody was talking about how good the multiplayer was, and rightly so. And of course, the controversial campaign.
Remember, no Russian.
Because I played Modern Warfare 2 and experienced it in real time with a bunch of friends, I would probably put it at the top. This video isn't all about me, it's also about you. So for 2009, I'm gonna say we have Uncharted 2.
Dear PlayStation, I've been playing Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, but my girlfriend won't stop watching because she thinks it's a movie.
This is pretty common, Jason. I mean, just look at this game. You know, you got Nathan Drake's epic gunfights, impossible escape scenes, and a plotline filled with betrayal. Give her an hour or so, she'll know it's a video game.
It's been 2 days.
Ready, honey?
Yeah!
Yeah, I'm gonna file this under not an issue.
Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, rated T for teen. PS3, now $2.99.
PlayStation.
With fantastic single-player and multiplayer, Uncharted 2 was a universally acclaimed sequel to a well-received first installment and greatly built upon its predecessor.
Yeah, good luck, Belle. I mean, that's almost impossible to... Oh, you did it. Nice.
Is that an ancient Tibetan ritual dagger in your pocket?
Oh, maybe I'm just happy to see you.
Yeah, hello.
This game is often praised as one of the greatest games of all time. It earned numerous Game of the Year awards and still influences games today. Very worthy of the top spot in 2009. And that is our top 10 games from 2000 to 2009. What did you think? Do all these games deserve their spot on the list? Was there a different game that should have been up there that wasn't? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, hit that subscribe button and that cute little bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace!